I totally forgot to start recording a while ago. Let's see if it says recording. And it says go. Let's see. Oh, it's recording. Okay. So what is it? What is the main idea? Does anybody know? Havoc, can you tell me what a main idea is?
Is part of a paragraph?
There is a main idea in a paragraph. Yes, each there is. Mia, can you tell me?
It's like what it's mostly about.
Exactly. It's what the text is mostly about. Y'all remember when we did this? Y'all remember this? Okay. When we did this, it said that you have your main idea, which is what your text is mostly talking about. If it's talking about dolphins, that dolphins like to play in the ocean, that dolphins are friendly, that there are crabs in the ocean too with dolphins, that they live down there and you can see them when you go to the ocean, that there are jellyfish that live in the ocean, okay, that dolphins, crabs, and jellyfish are all in the ocean, and you can sometimes see all three of these things at the beach when you go to the beach. What do you think the main idea is about the text you're reading? Anybody? Camden?
Animals at the beach.
Could be animals at the beach. Lily Shue, did you have your hand up? What was it? What do you think the main idea could be about?
About the animals.
Animals? Anybody else? Well, you're right. Both of you are right. The main idea is talking about animals that live in the ocean, okay? So it wouldn't be the main idea mainly talking about just dolphins, or main idea mostly talking about crabs, and it wouldn't be just talking about the jellyfish, but about all those things. So the main idea would be animals that live in the ocean. So then when you got your main idea, you got to have some supporting details. Remember when we talked about main idea, we said your main idea was like the top of my tabletop, right? What holds up my tabletop? Aaliyah, do you know what holds up my tabletop? Legs, that's exactly right. Legs hold up the tabletop. So if legs hold up the tabletop, you gotta have something that holds up your main idea.
Because I was muted.
What holds up your main idea? What holds up your main idea? What do you call those things that hold up your main idea? Isabel, do you know? Lexi, do you know? Ansley, do you know? What are those things that you need to hold up your main idea, to support it? They support your main idea. Next features. Next features. You got your main idea here of animals that live in the ocean. So now you got dolphins, you got crabs, you got jellyfish. What are those? Those are your support. Okay? You got your support details. Okay? You got your details that support the main idea. All right? So those are your details that support that they're talking about animals in the ocean. The jellyfish, the dolphins, the crabs are all details about animals, right? So that's how we know that those are what the legs are that hold that main idea. Okay? Anytime you got to pick your main idea, you got to go back and look at those details. Look at your details and see what do your details support. Okay? Pick out some details. What are they holding up? What are they supporting? Does everybody understand that? Everybody get that? Some of you are doing math and other stuff, and I'm not sure you're listening. Come up if you're listening. All right. Okay. All right. So when you're talking about main idea, before you read, you want to look at the title, look at the pictures, look at the text features. Remember when we take a picture walk? Most of the time when I give you a brand new book, what's the first thing I tell you to do? Let's look through and take a picture walk, right? Let's figure out what it's about. And while we're reading, we're looking for keywords to figure out what it's about. And then after we read it, we go back and try to figure out what were they most
You was lacking.
about, so we can figure out what that main idea was. Sometimes each paragraph is different main idea. Okay? Everybody with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Is there any questions on main idea? Okay, this is just review because we've gone over the main idea since the beginning of the year.
Okay.
Everybody here with me so far?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We're gonna move on to the next part of our diet, okay? We're gonna review this over here. Who remembers this? Who remembers this?
I cannot see you. Camera.
What's that?
The teeny branches.
What's that called? This is our tree. Remember, I went to the schoolhouse the other day and I got this for us.
Oh,
This is our
the three branches tree.
yes. This is our three branches of the government. Okay. Now we said that there were three main branches of the government. Now I know that this is backwards to you guys, so I'm gonna point it out for you. Okay.
It's not backwards.
Yeah.
This isn't backwards to you.
No, it's perfectly fine.
It's
Straight.
backwards.
It's straight like
It's
normal.
backwards.
The
It's
words are
not.
backwards to you.
The words aren't even backwards. It's all the same. It's perfect.
Okay.
I can't see it. Wait,
This
wait.
It is really laggy though, so it's hard to see.
All right.
Somebody showing their phone.
Camden, please put that phone away.
Put it back, Moses, so you're going to get in trouble. I need to that.
Maggie, if you're going to talk to someone else, please mute yourself.
Mmm.
All right. All right. So we have three main branches in the government. We have the legislative branch, which is right here. The legislative branch makes the laws. They make the laws. They serve for 2 years. They're made up of the House of Representatives and the Senate. That's at the federal level. That's at the federal level. Lucas, why did you unmute yourself? Okay. And then at the state level, it's called the General Assembly. The legislative branch at the state level is called the General Assembly. All right? You have the Senate, the local council, the House. Now, you have the executive branch, which at the federal level is the president and his cabinet. They see that the laws are carried out. They make sure that the laws get carried out. At the state level, you have the governor and the lieutenant governor. They serve for 4 years. And at the local level, we have a mayor. Okay? The local level, we got the mayor. Then you got your judicial branch over here. That's our court systems. Judicial, judge. Anytime you got the word judicial, you think of judge. Judges are always in the court system. So you got your judicial, and they see that the laws are carried out fairly. They want to make sure that the laws are fair to everyone. Okay? They serve for 8 years, and you have 7 justices. You have the Supreme Court, you have your Superior Court, and then you have your District Court. Your District Court is going to be your local court. That's going to be your Idle County Court. That's here in local in Idle County. Your Superior is going to be your state court, and your Supreme Court is going to be your federal court. So that's your 3 levels. District, Superior, then Supreme. Your Supreme Court is going to be your highest court in the land. That's the federal court. Okay? These are the things that we talked about. Okay? That we went over on the 3 different levels of the state government, of the federal government, of the local government. Okay? All 3, federal, state, and local, all have legislative, executive, and judicial branches. They just all have different people in each one. The president and the vice president is in charge of the executive branch at the federal. The governor and lieutenant governor is in charge at the state level. The mayor is in charge at the local level. Over here at the legislative, at the federal, you have the House of Representatives and the Senate. They're in charge. They're the ones that's making the laws. When you come down to the state level, they're called the General Assembly. Okay? They're called the General Assembly. They're still House and they're still representatives, but they're collectively together called the General Assembly. And you're going to need to know that for an activity you're going to be doing. So what branch would the General Assembly be in? What branch would the General Assembly be in? Legislative branch.
The legislative branch.
The legislative branch would have the General Assembly in it. General Assembly is always going to be in the legislative branch because the General Assembly is the people that's going to make our laws. Okay? Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Okay? You're going to need to know some of this. Anything that has to do with judicial is going to have something to do with court systems. It's going to have to do with judges, courts, Supreme Court, Superior Court, District Court. Any of those court things are judicial with judges or justices. Okay? Executives. Remember when we said that the president doesn't make all the decisions himself? He has a cabinet of people that help him. He has a cabinet of people, right? And we said that down in the state level, you had the state treasurer, you had the state, what were some of the other ones? We had a bunch of them we listed that day. Remember, we looked in the book. The state secretary, the state treasurer. Right now, they just left my brain. I can't think of them. But you had all these other people that were like his cabinet. They're like a cabinet here in the state that help the governor. The governor doesn't do it all by himself. He has a whole host of people. If you see him lately on the news telling you about closing the schools and doing the stay-at-home order that he's given for April, stay in place, stay at home, stay safe act that he's given for April. He didn't do all that himself. He's talking to all these other people. These people he's calling up to the podium to talk and give things. They're part of his cabinet. Okay? So, and the mayor doesn't do it themselves either. They have a council. You have a city council that the mayor talks to. Okay? So the mayor has a council and everybody else has a cabinet to help them. Does everybody understand that? Okay. So these are all things that we have talked about this. Now, knowing that, today I sent hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta go get the thing that I sent your parents. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Lord. I thought I was gonna
What do
die.
you guys want to talk about?
Took her a while.
Sorry, Jake. I got plans.
I
Hey,
think I was
Lucas.
gonna die.
Hey,
I was gonna
Hey,
die.
Lucas
I
and
thought I was gonna die.
Lucas and
Hey, my sister said hey.
Kim.
Hey. Lucas,
Today on class story, I sent a picture of this to your parents. On class story, they got a picture of this. Okay? Does this kind of look like our tree? Some of you are not listening. Does this kind of look like our tree?
Yes, Miss W was like,
everybody's lagging. Bro, y'all need to go
exactly.
You also got one of these.
What's
You
your
got a
name?
blue one. And you got a
I don't
white
got
one.
that stuff. I don't know what you're talking about.
Always
I
like
sent it to your parents on class story.
What is class story?
Exactly.
It's where I sent you your stuff that your parents printed off for the they printed off your choice boards for it. I also
Miss
sent
Mel, I
you
hear
these
an echo.
dots.
Me too.
Okay, I also sent these dots. Alright? You're gonna take your tree here and you're gonna color this tree brown. If you can get are you listening?
Yep.
If you can get to a printer, print this off. If you cannot get to a printer, draw this on a piece of paper. Okay?
Miss
Then
Miller.
you're going to color the tree brown. I wrote all these instructions on your parents. Tell your parents to go to class story. Okay? And they have the instructions there and these sheets. You're going to color this brown. You're going to take the large judicial one, and put it where it says judicial. You're going to take the red executive dot and put it where it says executive.
Okay.
And you're going to take the blue legislative dot and put it where it says legislative on the tree. Then you're going to take these. This is where you're going to decide what goes in what branch. You're going to take these other ones. They have words on them. Do you see the words?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to decide where each one of these dots, which branch they go in. Okay? Once you decide which branch they go in, put them in that branch and then color them the same color. So if this one, if it goes into the legislative branch, I put it in the legislative under the legislative branch and I color it blue. If this one goes into the executive branch, then I stick it under the executive branch. Here, they would be my big red one would be here. Then my little one would go here. You see that? And then I would color this little one red. There should be a little one here, a little one here, a little one here, and a little one here. Each branch gets 4 little ones and 1 big one at the end. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Each branch on your tree gets 1, 2, 3, 4 little ones and the 1 big one at the top. Okay? After you put these on and you've colored them the color they're supposed to be and it's all nice and pretty, okay? Put your name on it. Take a picture of it and send it to me.
Okay.
Everybody understand? We just went over this, so it should be fresh in your mind of where everything goes. Okay, does everybody understand what to do?
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell your parents to go to Class Story, and if you have a printer, print this off so you don't have to draw it.
Mama.
You also have
Okay.
this on it with it. That's all on one file. Okay? Just print it off. If you don't have a printer, then look at their phone and draw this and get the names of all of these off of it so that you can write them in and color it, okay?
Parents just draw it. Cause I'm not a good drawer.
If you don't have a printer, you can draw it,
Oh, you already got it.
okay? Does everybody have any questions about that? No. All right. I'd love for you to turn that in to me by Thursday afternoon. Can you do that?
Yes.
Thursday afternoon, you can have that done for me? Okay? All right, let me see what I've got on here for us to talk about tonight. All right, so we've talked about this, and we've talked about that. We just talked about the tree. All right, the next thing. Week two is due Friday this week of your choice board. This is your choice board this week. Week 2 is due on Friday. Does anybody have any questions about week 2? Nobody has any questions about week 2?
No.
Okay.
No.
Contact me if you do, okay? All right.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
All right. And then I wanted to ask you a question. Everybody ready for this question?
Yeah.
What's something that you are doing while you have been at home that you are doing to improve yourself? Are you doing to make yourself better? Are you learning something new? Or what are you doing? Camden?
It's so loud.
Hear you. Everybody's so loud I can't hear you. I'm gonna mute everybody, okay? I'm gonna mute you all. Camden, you'll have to unmute. All right, Camden, unmute. What are you doing to improve yourself? Are you exercising or learning some new skill? What are you doing?
I'm learning how to edit ramps in Fortnite.
You're learning how to get better at Fortnite?
Yep.
All right, mute yourself. Manny, what are you doing to do something to make yourself better?
I am practicing on the iReady packet that you sent us.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, Maggie, what are you doing to improve yourself? Maggie. Unmute yourself, Maggie.
Learn how to read?
You're learning how to read better?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, who else? Briley?
Learning how to take naps.
Learning how to take naps. That's not improving. You have time. How are you doing to make yourself better at something? Lucas?
Naps. Take naps.
You don't need to be better at naps.
She might be helping herself not snore.
Lucas?
For real, Camden?
Lucas? I can't hear you, Lucas.
Miss Miller, look.
Lucas had his hand up. I'm waiting for him to tell me what he had.
I've been going outside a lot.
Okay. Are you exercising or doing something to make yourself get stronger? Okay. Cameron?
I improved myself eating them fruits. Yeah, them
Oh,
strawberries.
You're getting healthier by eating some fruits?
Yeah, them strawberries.
I like it. Nalia?
Improving how to stay away from calling and watching news about the coronavirus and stuff.
It is hard to stay away from pollen. It is so hard to stay away from that pollen when you're outside.
I know. My eyes be itching. I'm talking about itching.
My eyes be itching so hard.
I know that I was talking to some of the other teachers today, and they told me that one of their
Strawberry.
students was teaching themselves how to play piano. I thought that was really cool. They were watching a YouTube video and learning how to play piano. So I was wondering if any of y'all were doing anything that was super cool.
Yeah, I was doing something super cool.
Bro,
I was learning how to do it.
In my YouTube channel.
I was doing something cool. I ran a hoverboard and I fell off twice. That's cool.
What the world, Cameron?
I did something cool.
All
I
right,
was playing
mute so I can
Fortnite
get
with
William.
Camden
All right, mute so I can hear William. William,
and Cameron.
mute so I can hear William.
I'm getting better at boxing.
Oh, have you been doing your boxing?
I've been doing it on my punching bag.
Awesome. Okay. Anything? Anybody else?
Miss Miller,
Yes, Cameron.
what you been doing that was cool?
Pretty much, I've been working on my computer a lot. That's about.
That ain't cool. That's
not
boring.
cool, but that's what I've been spending a lot of my days working on this.
Jesus, Miss Miller.
Have you
Well, I
drove
can
a
play with
car?
Camden and I'll be smacking it.
Golly.
Have I what?
Hey, Mia.
Was you driving a car?
I have been a few places, yes, but most of my days have been spent talking to parents and stuff. I spent a whole lot of days working.
Have you been sleeping?
Not a lot, no.
Oh, you been doing
That's
the
not
challenges?
Hey, Cam.
That's not good, Miss Miller.
I know. It's nice. I don't even get to play.
Jesus.
All right. What, Camden?
I've been learning how to do a wheelie, and I almost ran over my cousin.
On your bicycle?
Camden, for real?
Who does that? Like, running in the middle of the road. and I
How would
was
you
on my
do
phone, I was
that?
on my bike, and when I looked up, he was right there, and he said something.
All right.
Nobody wants to know that.
All right. Let's
Exactly.
all right. Last week we started talking about geometry. Do y'all have y'all's paper from geometry last week?
I lost it. I don't know where it is.
I told you not to lose your paper from geometry.
I had it in the spot, but I guess somebody took it away from the
All
spot.
right. I'm going to screenshot and share geometry. We're going to talk about a few more things, okay?
2, 3. Leave record.
Get off there. I want to.
Miss Miller, I need you some money.
All right, so last week we started talking about, we learned that this is a point, and if you give it a letter, it gets called, if you name that point, so it would be called point A, and that a line has no beginning and no end. A line has arrows on the end because it goes on forever and ever and ever. It does not end. That's why it's called a line. Guys, those of you that are making that noise, other people can't hear. Stop.
What noise is he talking?
How does it always sound?
All right, so we could name this as line BC. We go on forever and ever. We could name it line C, or we could name it line CB. Okay? We learned that line segments had a beginning and an end. So they had points on the end, the beginning and the end. That it was a part of a line. It was not a whole line. It was not a line because it did not go on forever and ever. That it had a beginning and it had an end. Yes, Manny? Manny, do you have a question?
No.
Okay. So this could be line segment. If you look here at this K and this S, let me get me a, and then it's a, if you look right here at this line right here, does everybody see that? This line means line segment, KS. That's what that is, line segment, KS. This little line here means line segment, SK. It can be KS or SK. It does not matter how you name it. All right, it just has to be named, and it has to be named by those 2 points. All right? All right, so now we're going to move on to a new one. Okay? Okay? This is one that we did not talk about last week. This is called a ray. This is a ray. This right here is a point. It's a point, and then it has a line that extends out of the point. This arrow right here makes it a line. So it has a beginning and no end. It starts at a point and goes on forever. A beginning with no end. So when you name this, you can only name it one way. It can only be named from the beginning, which is L, to S. And this little symbol right here means ray. This is ray, LS. Ray, LS. Does anybody have any questions about this?
Oh.
No.
All right, the next thing this is a plane.
A plane. Oh, plane.
This is a plane. A plane. The reason I'm going through all these words with you need to know them when you start to do geometry. Because they're going to ask you things when we start measuring things. And if you don't know what they're asking you, you won't be able to do them.
Bro.
Stop making that noise. Okay?
Can y'all stop with that noise?
This is a plane. It's a flat surface that extends without end in all directions. So you can see that it goes out this way. It goes out that way. It goes this
Oh my God! Oh God!
It's literally too loud.
I can't
really understand it.
You guys, I've muted you all. Y'all are being silly and you're yelling. No one can hear me. No one can understand the lesson because you are yelling. You must stop. There are 15 of you on here and no one can hear with 15 people making noises. I'm going to go back to the shared screen with you on mute. This is a plane. It means, where'd my thing go? There it is. It means that it's a flat surface. It's like a desk or something, the top of a tabletop, but it's a flat surface that extends without end. A tabletop has an end, okay? So if they're asking you for the plane of something, it has no end. It's like a line. It goes on forever in all directions. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is something that you should already know a little bit about. Parallel lines. Okay? Parallel lines are lines that never cross or intersect each other. They stay the same distance apart forever and ever and ever. When you are naming them, this is a line. It has an arrow and an arrow. This is line AB or line BA. You put two lines that are parallel to each other between them to show that they are parallel to each other. Line AB is parallel to line CD. Okay? These two things that look like two L's side by side there, that means that those two lines are parallel to each other. This right here, this line symbol over this small AB means line AB and line CD are parallel to each other. Okay? So this is what parallel lines are. Two lines that never, underline the word never, they never intersect or cross each other. And then they stay the same distance apart. They will never get closer to each other. Okay? They will always be the same distance apart. However, the next thing are intersecting lines. That means that they're going to cross. Intersecting means that they cross. I'm going to come back and unmute you guys so that I can hear you, because some of you I don't know if y'all are there, but when I unmute you, you guys stop talking. Okay? Don't talk.
Listen, right.
All right. Intersecting means that they're going to cross. They are going to cross each other.
Miller!
What, Cameron?
Never mind.
They're going to cross. An X has intersecting lines. It does not have to be in an X. It can be in this shape here, but they must cross each other in some fashion or form. They have to cross, be called intersecting lines.
Yeah, cross. Bro, now. Doing that?
Y'all doing too much.
It is really loud.
I bet you.
They doing too much.
I'm just going to put y'all back on mute because all us
Mama, you're not on mute, you know? You're not on mute, you know?
you are now. All right. So the last one I want to show you tonight is called perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines also intersect, but they have a specific way that they intersect. They are two lines that intersect to form a right angle. Two lines that intersect to form right angles. They form a right angle, a 90-degree angle. They form perfect L's right there. Okay? They form a perfect right angle. a perfect 90-degree angle right there. If it ever makes a 90-degree angle, it is called perpendicular lines, not just intersecting lines, although a perpendicular line is an intersecting line. It's a specific kind of intersecting line. It's a line that crosses in the form of a T, a plus, or an L. Okay? It either will form an L, a capital L, a lowercase t. It'll even form a capital T if you didn't have this top part here. It could form a capital T. It can form a plus sign. But it has to form right angles to be a perpendicular line. Okay? That's different than just a intersecting line. These do not form right angles. This is not forming right angles right here. Okay? To do perpendicular, this part here where they cross and meet must be right angles. Okay? So that's the last one I wanted to share with you tonight. Okay?
Yes,
That's the last one I wanted to talk to you about for tonight.
Yeah.
Those things you need to learn before we can move on to the next part of geometry. Lily, do you have a question?
Yeah.
Lily Shue, do you have a question? No? Okay. All right. So your Zoom project or assignment tonight is to do your tree. All right? Do your tree by Thursday. Any questions?
It's an echo.
I know it's an echo.
Yay, it's trumpet. Yay.
It's the echo.
I know there's an echo.
Echo.
Does anybody have any questions about doing your tree and taking a picture of it? Need to color it? What 3 colors are we using?
Red, blue,
Red.
blue. I forgot the other one.
White.
Red, blue, white. I think. I don't know. I ain't sure.
It's supposed to be red, white, and blue. Lily? Lily, I can't hear you. I think you must have muted yourself.
Is she eating pizza? I'm dead. She eating pizza.
Lily,
Leah, you over here eating pizza?
Yeah.
Lily, now talk. I can't hear you. I still can't hear you, Lily. Lily, do you have your Camden, why'd you unmute? I muted all you so I could hear see if I could hear Lily. Lily, I unmuted you. You're the only one. Cameron. I muted you so I could find out if I could hear Lily.
You said Cameron.
I said Cam Dunn. Lily, I cannot. Can you type it to me or something? I can't hear anything you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so your trees are supposed to be red, white, and blue, and your tree is brown, but the leaves on it and the branches putting on it are red, white, and blue. Okay? And I sent that to your parents on ClassDojo. Class story in ClassDojo. Okay?
Can't.
Any questions?
You chewing on a straw.
Any questions?
Nope.
All right.
No.
See y'all back here on Thursday, okay?
Bye.
No.
Bye-bye.
I see y'all Thursday, okay?
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good
Okay,
day.
bye, Mia.
Bye.
Bye,
Lily.
Adios.
Lily, shoot. Stay here a minute. I still haven't heard you. I'm gonna see if they leave, if I can still hear you. I haven't heard your question yet. I think
Lucas.
audio.
Lucas. You want to play squash with me and Camden?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye, Cameron.
Bye.
It's 8:11.
Judy, say bye.
Bye, Miss Miller.
Bye, Habit.
Bye, Miss Miller.
Bye.
Bye, Miss Miller.
Bye.
Bye, Miss Miller. See you later.
All right, I'll see you on Thursday. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Briley.
Bye-bye. Ah,
Bye, Camden.
bye-bye.
Bye, Briley. Bye, Lucas. Lucas, end your thing. Camden, end yours so I can talk to Lily. Bye, guys. End your meeting. Click end. Because I don't want to end the whole thing because I want Lily. I can try and figure out what Lily's thing's not working. All right, Lily. Now it's just me and you. Talk to me. Lily, your audio's not on. Is your volume up? So I don't have any way of getting your audio on for you. All I can do is mute you and unmute you. When I mute you, you're muted now. And now you're unmuted. Now say something. I don't hear anything. I got no noise, no background noise. I got nothing. But you were talking to me earlier. Did you hit a button or anything? I don't know. Hopefully it'll start working again. I don't know. But you heard everything I said, right? You gotta give me this or I don't know, I can't hear you, so you gotta okay. So yeah, as long as you heard everything, you could see everything, we're good. Okay? All right, I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.